Welcome to the KMS Art Studio. For today's project, we're going to be working on what I like to call a value galaxy. This is utilizing oil pastel and creating blends to practice with the tool and become better familiar with it. So to get started with this project, we are going to need a pencil, a ruler, a fine point Sharpie, which in our classroom we call them the thick Sharpies, and a project sheet so that you can follow along with the directions at your leisure. The first step is to draw 8 to 10 lines that start on one edge of the paper and go all the way off on another side of the paper. Lines can be straight, they can be curvy or zigzag, they can cross over one another or intersect as many times as you like. Make sure to use a ruler to keep your lines straight and neat though. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to draw my lines in with a pencil just to make sure I like what I'm creating here. And I'm going for 1. This will be 2. I'm going to give this one a little bit of a zigzag off to this edge of the paper. I am going to create a curvy line to break up those straight lines. Maybe another one over here. And what we want to go for is bigger, blockier shapes. We don't want to get our lines so intensely tiny and intricate that it becomes a blending nightmare when we get to the oil pastel stages. So keep that in mind as you're working on this first couple of steps. So think through where you're placing the lines to offer some balance. I created 2 zigzag lines, kind of balancing each other out, 2 curved lines to balance each other out, and I'm filling in that negative space and breaking it up into smaller, piecier shapes. And those shapes are going to be what we're going to shade with our oil pastels. Throw in another shape here, or line here. So how many do I have so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to throw in another curved line here. Another curve here. I think that takes us to 8. Okay, so I've got my 8 to 10 lines from one edge to another on my paper. So at this point I'm going to add 3 to 5 shapes anywhere in the space. So again, it's okay if the lines intersect the shape. So if I want to trace something, I can use a template. If I want to draw using a ruler, maybe I want to draw a triangle or a square, I like to go with circles. So I'm going to get a circle template and use that to create my circles on my value galaxy. You could also use a compass to create these circles. I'm just grabbing this smaller circle template to break up my space even more with some of these shapes. I'm using the largest one. I gotta fix that little blip there. Breaking up some of these bigger areas of negative space. So we're gonna go for 3 to 5 of these circles or whatever shape you've chosen. I like the contrast of the circles to the lines. Square kind of gets hidden. I'm going to do another one, maybe that goes off the page up here. Okay, and maybe one more down here to balance out that one going off the page up at the top. Okay, I cheated. I added a half a circle, but that's okay. It's all in the name of art, so we're going to leave that. At this point, you've created all these spaces, and what we're going to do first is outline these in that thick Sharpie that we picked up. And then the next step will be to do the oil pastel blends. So I'm going to save the blending for another video. I'm going to let you guys get your materials and get started on the Value Galaxy setup so you're ready for oil pastels tomorrow. Have fun, enjoy, have a great afternoon.